we're trying to understand how he got into the Marines, and then how he turned that into a kind of a holistic criminal law practice that he's been so invested in over these past couple of years. So my apologies. You were talking about being part of kind of like the 9/11 group of service members of America.
Yeah, I kind of consider myself a 9/11 Marine. There's a generation of us, obviously. What I mean by that is I don't really have any ties to the service, through family or anything like that. I think apart from that event, I don't know that I would have served. But when it happened, I grew up in a very patriotic household. I don't look this way, but my mother's actually from Iraq. She's a Christian minority from the north of that country called the Assyrians.
Yeah.
And she immigrated here in the 60s after the king was deposed. Strongmen start coming into power. It becomes quite dangerous to be a Christian minority in Iraq. And so, she ultimately became a doctor, and to be a woman in medicine in the 70s, you got to be tough as nails. And to be a woman of color in medicine in the 70s, you got to be crazy. Yeah. So, I grew up just in a very strong-willed, patriotic household. How do we be of service to people? And when that event happened, that was very much the question. I went down to a joint military recruitment office. I essentially got sucked into like a Navy office. Didn't know anything about any of this. They had me take what I now understand to be the ASVAB, and they were like, we'd like you to be on a nuclear submarine. I said, oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that. So
what's so bad about that? Being stuck under the water for like 6 months at a time around a nuclear reactor. It's
not for me, But I still wanted to figure out a way to serve and be a part of that response. And went to UVA. I literally got a mass mailing from the local officer selection office. Like, I'm a victim of mass mail gets me, apparently. I got a mass mailer from the local Marine Corps officer selection office, and I was reading this letter and I realized, like, oh, I can go to school and be a Marine. I didn't even know you could do that. I was like, that sounds pretty great. Sign me up for that. Went to see these guys out in Ashland, and you could just tell they could not have given less of a flying leap if I joined the Marine Corps or not. And I realized in that moment, these are probably my people, so.
No pressure.
No pressure, right? So I joined up, I went to Iraq to do the mission, sort of in this very idealistic, naive, sort of patriotic way. There was a personal connection for me to go to where my mother was from and to be of assistance